We're doing a little bit of an update inside the wooden run. Here's the red coop. I took out the ladder, the ramp. So what I'm doing is I'm preparing this area for them to sleep out here the next couple months because it's going to be 102 degrees in like 2 days. So what I'm going to do is close the coop. They will no longer use it. So I'm closing that. And now I'm going to turn it back off. I just hold this for about 3 seconds. Now it's off. And it'll just be closed. Sweepy's like, something's different. As you can see, I have a white sheet on that side. My shade cloth isn't big enough. And I'm like, you know what? I think I have a sheet in the house that is just for this type of thing. And sure enough, I found it. But basically what I've done is I took this coop. I'm going to shut it down for the season. And I've turned this wooden run basically into a coop because it's going to have that white sheet on that side, which is to them a wall. And it'll have the blue tarp on this side, which will definitely be a wall. So tonight is the first night. It's not going to be fun, I can already tell you. The older hens have done it before, but not in this coop. And the younger ones have never done it. So they're going to be a little frantic. Last light is in about 15 minutes, believe it or not. Popcorn's doing a dust bath. And Miss Cloud decided to do a dust bath right there in the wooden run. On the same night, I'm trying to train them to sleep on these perches. So there are 3 of them now on that new perch because they're trying to get in the coop. Like, okay, we're up here. How do we get in the coop? It's an interesting tactic. When they start to realize, you know what, I better get up there. It's getting dark. Get on up there. Go back in there. Why are you out here? It looks bright in my phone. It's not bright. It's not that bright. Go in there and get on a perch. I know, you're starting to get scared. Get on a perch. Okay, Trinity, stop standing underneath everybody and preening. Alright, so Trinity is in there on the floor and PK's out here with me for some bizarre reason. PK, come on, honey. It's time for bed. Yeah, go ahead. Go on in there. You're gonna poop. Okay, thank you. All right, go on in there. I'll turn the light on. There you go. Get on the perch. No. Come on, get on the perch. Look at the 4 of them over there on that one. Miss Cloud's finally settling, so everybody else should settle. Okay, Popcorn. No, you're not gonna want to stay there. Michael and I are going to reconfigure these perches that are in there. They're the 2x2s. My chickens have been sleeping on 2x2s for quite a while, but they've gotten used to sleeping on the 2x4s. Miss Cloud has a talon on one of her feet that sort of twists backwards a little, and it's the whole toe, not just the talon. So it's like the toe is kind of like deformed a little. But when I was watching her on the 2x2 last night, she was struggling. She's like trying to get comfortable. She's trying to sit sideways. So I came out around 11 o'clock at night and I got that, what is it? It's like a 2x6. And I put it on the basically over the top of 2 of those really low perches, which are just a part of the framework. And I picked her up and I set her on it. And that's where she slept all night. But I don't think she would do that voluntarily because it's very low. She's going to want to be on the higher spots. So Michael and I are going to make those into 2x4s instead of 2x2s. And then she can just pick a spot to sit, and they'll just be 2x4s from now on. We are finishing up our newest project inside the wooden chicken run. There are no perches in here right now. Michael is cutting them as we speak. The ones that were in there were these 2x2s, and they worked, but the brackets that we had put in there actually were harmful. Sweepy got hurt on one of them. And then watching Miss Cloud sitting on these 2x2s anymore, she just has a hard time now. So I'm like, let's just make them 2x4s. We have to take them down and reconfigure it anyway because of the bracket issue. So let's just do 2x4s. So he's cutting them right now. And so we put in these side rails. They were in here before. However, these are new. And then I had him lower these down a bit because my chickens are getting older. And this morning, Miss Cloud stayed on these perches that were across here. And I came out early and took her down. I don't know if she couldn't get down, if she was afraid to get down. I don't know what her deal was. When he brings these 2x4s out, I'm going to line them up and determine exactly where I want them. This one in the back on this panel, it will be permanent for sure. I'm just going to have him screw the 2x4 in permanently. And then coming forward for the season, I'm just going to have him screw them in. And then we might devise a way for me to be able to remove them to clean in here. But honestly, it will depend on how it goes. The problem is if you have these perches here, then you can't really get back there, right? But you know what? I think what's going to happen is I'm going to get used to doing it, and I'm going to be like, yeah, whatever. It's no big deal. And they'll just be up there permanently. All right, here's the first perch. Michael created a little notch system. So it's still going to be screwed down, but it makes it so that the perch is a little more level to the side rail.